Mama, I made it. Rich Mnisi is sitting in front of me. Come on. Hello, Rich.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, I made it.
You're being ridiculous.
No, really. I made it. I really did. You were on my bucket list for so long.
I'm here now.
My team were harassing your team. We
No,
need
true
to get. You know the story, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's where it ends. Man, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow. You and Adidas?
Yeah, no, it's such a good relationship. I love them so much. It's so fruitful. It's our second installment.
Is it not the first?
Yeah, we did one last year. Last year, February, it came out. And then this is our second one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude, on the footsteps of Beyonce, Level Pharrell.
So humbling.
Hey?
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, and I think, it's crazy for my mother as well, because she's like, how? You know, because I think she grew up just seeing everything that I gravitated towards. And now, you know, all those things are in close proximity. So.
I love that. Take me back then. Take me back there. What were you doing? Were you cutting clothes that you shouldn't be cutting?
Curtains. Cutting curtains. My mother's skirts.
Never.
Things. I was just... Whoa. Yeah, always. But I also had a sister that was an artist, so it was like... I think... Yeah, my eldest sister. So my mother just understood that, hey, my kids are not...
Oh, okay. So your sister basically helped to launch...
Yeah, no, she's the reason why I was like gravitated towards the arts.
Yeah.
Because she was an artist and like she always wanted to be an individual, and I was so inspired by that.
Now, I can imagine you and mom. Christmas is coming. She's taking you to department stores to buy clothes for you for your Christmas. Are you telling her, I'm not going to wear that?
No, actually, no. Fun fact, my sister used to dress me and her son as twins.
Huh? How old is your sister? Is much older than?
Yeah, but like also her son is like 10 years younger than me. So I had like, it was so funny. And we used to wear Jabiru from Ackermans.
Yeah.
Every single day. We used to be matching all the time. I actually used to hate it. And then if my mother would dress me, she'd dress me in all white so that I don't play with the other kids and get dirty. And I never got dirty once. Never. I was the neatest child ever. I was put together.
Ish, that's risky, huh?
No, yeah.
For a mom to... And how old are you? Do you remember? Like age-wise?
Like
10?
5, 6.
Is it?
Yeah, no.
In all white?
All white.
And you're not getting any dirty?
Rich. Nothing. I was clean. We actually didn't even need to wash the clothes after. Just like wear it the next day. I'm kidding. But yeah.
So what is happening in the streets when you're supposed to be playing? What's happening?
I just watch them. I'm like, yeah.
Nyegelin. I'm too neat for this.
I mean, I regret it. I wish I played, actually. I really do. It's actually not a good thing. But I find it funny that my mother put me in all white.
Yeah. And now, like you're saying, mother looks back and says, I can see now the puzzles coming through. But my question then is to you. How did you know? Because there's a point, I'm sure, grade 10, you need to now start choosing subjects, right? That you're going to specialize in. And then, did you even know
I
it's going to be?
matric.
Yeah?
No, grade 11. Matric. Between the two. Much late. My mother wanted me to be either a lawyer or an architect. And that's what I was focused on.
Were you good with maths and science or no?
That's the question on everyone's lips.
Is it? I don't know. So why did she choose that?
It was just something that was stable, because the thing is that I come from like a family of teachers. So
okay.
I was essentially going to go in a similar direction but break the mold. You know? But then I decided, I think it was matric that I decided that I want to do fashion. And my mother was like, that is insane.
What sparked that?
A lady came to our school. She was selling a fashion school, and I was like, whoa. Like, I was just surprised. Because, you know, you look at it from the outside, it looks like, you know, garment, photo, done. You know, it doesn't look like there's much of a business or anything happening. And then you realize that there's so many things that you can do in the industry. And I was just, like, so fascinated by, like, the amount of opportunity that was in it. But then, of course, because, like, I mean, my mother couldn't afford to take me to that school, so like I had to make it work from like first year. Like immediately I started school, I started interning and started working just so that. Like,
which school is this?
I went to Lysoff.
Which is where?
It was actually across the road from here. Actually, it was in Rosebank when I started. Yeah. At the design district. Yeah.
Expensive?
Yeah, extremely. So it was a commitment. So from first year, I had to start helping my mother out with.
There must be an
fees.
entry exam because not just for everyone, right?
Yeah. No.
And what was that?
I don't remember actually. That was a long.
Did they give you a Caesar and
time ago?
Please, you make it sound like it was 3 decades ago.
It was 2011. That's a long time
Come
ago.
on,
That
it's all
is-
a rich.
That's a long time ago. I don't remember what was happening then.
Richie Mnisi on Kaya on my top 10 and 10. Listen, I can end it now. He can go and have his coffee and just today because I'm happy. Done. Man, I love what you do. I saw it at Yawa, and that's when I was like, who's this? The simplicity of it, yet the quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you.
And I'm like, the T-shirt, Richie Mnisi, I'm gonna wear it. His name is gonna be definitely on my chest. I'll definitely be walking around with that name, because honestly, it says finally we can wear our own.
Yes.
The question for me is that T-shirt says Richie Mnisi, and underneath again it says Richie Mnisi, not Paris, not Joburg, not South Africa. Why?
I just thought that was funny. I just thought that was funny
Yeah.
that like Richie Mnisi, Richie Mnisi from by. I just find it funny, but yeah, it was meant to be South Africa, but then
Oh, is it?
yeah, it was, and then I was like, actually, Richie Mnisi
Because
Richie
everything
Mnisi.
else,
Yeah, it's like
especially
Cherryl.
Diamond Walk, you know.
No, they want you to know. I was just like Richie Mnisi. It's funny. Yeah, but like,
were you surprised at how quickly it grew on people?
So the first time I actually did something that was branded, because initially our clothes were like actually quite like plain, like there was no like branding or anything.
Yeah.
And then I tested it out with the Richie Mnisi jersey, and
Whoa.
people loved it so much, and I hated it. So I took. I think I made the first time in 2017, and then I just ignored it. People asked for it, and I kept quiet, and then brought it back in 2020. And then I just gave into it. But it
Why?
was
Because
so-
we have got this thing, right? The complex with our own names, right?
Yeah, but like it was so beautiful that people just wanted to wear something South African and wear it so proudly, and wear it with like your Louis Vuittons and all those other big brands that they wear, and you know, like the fact that people are arriving at that, like just, you know, seeing worth in the things that South African artists can do is so beautiful. I'm very humbled by, you know, the fact that people just leaned into the brand and just wanted to.
Hey, man, now you're not shy. Hey, you pitched it high, man. What do you mean? Hey, you pitched it high, eh?
Not really.
I remember Spelani was like, how much? The Spelani you made.
I don't remember.
Do you know your nickname, right?
No.
You don't know your nickname?
Please don't say 2 million.
Oh, okay.
Please don't.
Okay, no. Okay, no, that's old news. Actually, I was not going to say that.
Oh, what are you going to say?
Mr. Rich.
Oh, okay. I can get into that one.
You can get into that.
Yeah.
Mcimbini, why?
I used to love that song. I think that was my first actually like Amapiano love. Like when I fell in love with it properly. Like yeah, and I was just like very excited for it.
Yeah.
And then that's why when it was time to put the party together, because we're throwing a party next week.
You're throwing a party next week?
Yeah.
Don't tell. We'll tell
I
later.
won't. But I was like,
We'll tell later.
Kabza needs to come.
What?
Yeah, because that was like just, I was just so fascinated by like how, I think how the Mapiano genre has been really like super consistent, but like very consistent, which it's inspiring. I think, you know, especially when you look at people like Kabza and how he actually like, in the beginning, how like it was like super consistent and like trying to not convince people, but it was more of like,
it's very difficult to start a genre. Because, I mean, that genre, for it to grow, it means so many other people must have access to it and play it.
Right.
And then here you are the pioneers of it.
Mm-hmm.
It means you must make so much music so that it's so readily available.
And its versatility also slotted in there.
Yeah.
So inspiring,
Yeah. Now, Shakaina, Suited?
Also obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Again, I had to be on the lineup. I was like, no. You know what I love about Shakana is that, like, I don't know, you can just get lost in her voice.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I don't know, sometimes when I'm even, like, watching her or listening to her, I even forget that she's there, and I'm just like, she just transports you, which is so beautiful. And I think that's what music is here.
Yeah.
Like, people just get lost in it, and, like,
and for me, and that's why collaborations are so important. And I'm glad we talk about collaborations today, because this also opens a huge, not even just a door, just a whole new world for Richie Mnisi. For those, like, for instance, it's my first time hearing that this is the second collaboration with Adidas. I thought this was the first.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, for those who are like me, now they're like, wait a minute. So we're going to walk in that Adidas store and we're going to look for our name.
Yep.
And that name being Richie Mnisi.
Yeah.
And that's what collaborations has done. And when I saw Shakaina collaborating with Black Coffee with that song, Your Eyes, come on now.
Fire.
Come on now. Yeah?
Two super talented people.
It's like wearing
one room.
It's like wearing a Richie Mnisi on a cruise somewhere to the Portuguese islands, and everybody's like, look at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. And here's Shakaina. It is my top 10 at 10 with the man. Rich, we have a blind spot, my brother.
Blind spot. Right.
It's Granny's 90th birthday this very weekend.
Okay.
She wants, because this is the only time where the whole family will be there. And she feels, I want to talk to them about my hormone therapy process. Results will start showing soon. I'm avoiding that. Where it'll be like, I just want to put it on the table and deal with it.
Yeah.
The question is this the occasion?
Yes and no. I think you just have to pick a good moment.
Yeah.
Because it is a day about someone else, so you don't want to center yourself during someone else's big occasion. But definitely, if you're having family together and there is a gap where you can talk and be comfortable, definitely do it. But I think be open to resistance, especially because, I only say this because I come from a Black Christian family.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that I know that, like, if I am saying something to my aunt or my grandmother, there's resistance only because you are fighting everything that they've known from birth, things that they were taught by their parents and their parents' parents. So, to undo all of that takes longer than a 10-minute conversation. So I think you just have to be aware of that resistance.
Yeah.
You might be lucky and your family would know that this is coming. So that's when, people are lucky and they're like, oh, we knew. We love you, we support you. But sometimes there is resistance. So you just have to be open to that resistance and not take it. It's easy to say don't take it too personally, but I think just remember that you are basically asking someone to unlearn everything that they've known their whole lives. Ooh. So just need to, just understand that. I only say this because I knew that, like, with my family, I had to take that approach and know that I'm, because I also know what my family
Were you coached to prepare yourself for this, or you just kind of knew?
No, I just knew that, like, everything that, because the thing is that, like, we grew up in the church, and I know we grew up in the church and we were also raised by my grandmother, and, I know the teachings that my grandmother taught my mother and then she taught me, so I know exactly what the response will be. And there were also certain things that I never understood that I had to do my own research about. And it was because of my initial resistance of that information once I learned it, and me easing myself into it by doing more research about it, that I understood that sometimes it might be a process of unlearning and letting go of certain things that we've been taught, because it's not necessarily true or right. But it's undoing time.
Are you obligated to share, though? Because it feels like such an obligation. But are you really?
It's different for different people. For me, I felt like I was only obligated to talk to my mother. That was the only person I cared for, and everyone else.
That's I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah.
And they just had to get in line type thing because I didn't feel the need to.
Yeah.
But it's different for other people because sometimes you do want that validation. You do want your family to be like, we love you.
Yeah.
So it's different for different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The resistance that came, how did you handle that, one, yourself, two? And then how much time do you think you gave it? You know what I mean? Somehow, you may not necessarily, I'm going to give this a month, but how much time? Because this talks about your tolerance levels for the rejection. Because you being tolerant for them, you're also dealing with the fact that you are slightly rejected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very lucky that with my mother, there was no rejection. The only rejection that happened was me rejecting myself. So that's what I had to deal with for a long time.
Okay.
And accept that and I guess fall in love with myself and then then I can
the internal workings of Rich.
Yeah, for me that was the hardest part. And I think for a lot of people that is the hardest part.
Hey, self-love is hard.
Yeah, no, it's hard. Especially when, you know, you live in a world where you're told that who you are is not right.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
So it makes that process even longer. It makes it even longer. Some people don't even arrive at it. So yeah.
Would it be advisable for our blind spot person to first speak to grandma? Because that's her day.
Yes, actually. Yeah. And just clear it with grandma. Are you fine with this? You know? Yeah.
She may have a pearl or two to share.
Yeah, and maybe it'll be like, actually, this is a gift to me.
Yes.
I want my children to be themselves. So
and grandmothers definitely are loving.
Yeah, they are.
Is love enough though?
Love is enough. Love is everything. Love is love is everything. I think that's why, you know, everything that we do, or like all the stories that we tell as a brand as well, come from a place of love. Like that's the first part. Because I think, you know, it's very important to understand what love is and understand what self-love is, like completely, because I think self-love informs everything. How you interact with people. It informs how you interact with yourself. It affects what you see in the mirror. So it's the most important thing.
Is that why One of One, the Adidas collaboration? Is that why you called it that?
No, so the Adidas collaboration is called Let Love Be a Legacy.
Okay.
And it started with a love letter that I wrote to my younger self. And
what?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Where's this letter? I want to read it.
It's everywhere. It's on the clothes, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, like it's sewn in.
Wait. I do have a few rich Mnisis. Come on.
Not that one, the Adidas collaboration. So
is it there now?
Yeah, go to store after and then
you'll
see it. Yeah.
Can I see it online?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then, so that was where it started. I wanted to almost tell Little Rich that I love him. And yeah, I think that's how the collection started. And the bulk of the collection is black and white to speak on allyship, because I think there's a lot of friends and family that also want to speak on their loved ones and support them publicly as well. So we wanted to angle the whole collection for people of the community and allies as well. So it wasn't just about people in the community as well. So yeah, that's why the collection is a mix of the Progress Pride flag and the Trans Pride flag, and then the allyship flag as well.
The allyship one, explain that to me.
So so there's allies. So if you're an ally and you support people of the community,
I'm one
allies
of them.
also have a flag to represent them. And it's just a moment to also speak on your loved ones, because I think sometimes people always hear things from, I guess, members of the community, and then there's resistance. But sometimes when you hear it from someone who you identify with completely,
that's right.
It hits different. So, you know, sometimes it's just giving someone else a platform to share their view as well.
Now, this emphasizes what I normally say. When we buy, we're not buying brands, we're buying the story.
Yes.
What's your story? Why, if anyone right now lands on your website, buys a Richie Mnisi garment, be it a t-shirt, be it this Adidas collabo, what are they buying?
So basically, the reason I named the brand Richie Mnisi was, one, I wanted to speak my family name alive.
Yeah.
And
you did very well.
and then, thank you.
Umkhulu right now.
And then every single story that we tell is basically about a family member, like either my great-grandmother or my grandmother or my mother. And it's just speaking those stories alive, because I think sometimes, especially when we speak of things that change the world, we always think of like really like humongous things and not like little teachings, like, just your mother sitting with you and telling you a story that will change your entire world.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have so much impact moving on because she's given a seed to a child who will grow it. So yeah, that's why the brand is about my family. It's to speak, the Mnisi and Machaka family alive. It's to speak South Africa alive, and it's to speak all our talents and like also everyone that contributes to the brand. That's why, community is such an important thing for us, and that's why we work with members of our community. And it's about us, and it's about growing each other.
Yeah.
And contributing, and that's why. I think that's why we collaborate so much, because I realize that collaboration is conversation.
Exactly.
And we can learn so much from each other.
Yeah.
And that's why that's on the forefront.
Mariah Carey?
I was just like, what's a good song to play on Kaya?
Oh, come on! Oh, you don't trust us now, huh?
No.
Oh, okay, we sees you.
Yeah.
This guy.
Also, I really love that song. I love the sing along.
Oh, you're right. But should I say Beyonce? Watch.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Bon.
We love Beyonce. We love, especially with what she's doing with Renaissance and what it's done for the community as well.
Yeah.
People in the underground scene are now performing worldwide with her. Like that's opening doors.
Including Blue Ivy, right?
Yeah. Family values.
My baby, you can't dance, but let's.
I know she can. I think day one nerves, because now it's. Have you seen?
Is it getting?
No.
It's getting better.
So good.
Is it?
Yeah, in the red outfit.
You're such a fan. So, which one do you want to start, Mariah or Beyonce?
Yeah.
No, it's your show, man. Come, choose. I'm ready. I'll press play.
You know what? I think because you've been told about Mariah so much, let's just go Mariah.
Is it?
They've been waiting.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, man. That's an endorsement right there. Global one indeed. I can tell you that much. Okay. It is 14 minutes to 11, car 959. That was your voice.
Yes, apparently.
Dude, do you want a radio show? You must tell us, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll join you.
You'll rock.
Yeah.
Now, you spoke about the party. Tell us about this party. Where, when, who's invited?
Okay, so to celebrate the Adidas X Richie Mnisi Let Love You Legacy collection, we have decided to throw a party. I wanted to just create a space where everyone can just come and just have fun.
Yeah.
So the party is next week, Saturday, the 10th of June. One Fox in Johannesburg.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, you can get tickets
CBD.
CBD.
Come on.
It's going to be so much fun. And then you can get tickets on shop.richimnisi.com.
Yeah.
So myself, Adidas, and View South Africa just came together and we were like, actually, we're just going to throw the biggest party ever.
And then who's on stage on this?
Kavs had a small,
What?
Lelo What's Good, Shikana, DJ Q. We also have a drag performance, actually.
A what?
A drag performance.
What is that?
A drag queen will be performing.
Oh, drag queen.
Yeah.
I'm thinking cars.
We can do that too if you want.
Spinning motor la pana. So, I mean, Sister One Fox, come on, why not?
You know what? We'll do it for you. Anything for you. What else do you want? Request?
No. Let's leave it to the drag. All right. And tickets?
Yeah, tickets are available. There's general access is 200 rand, and then VIP is 1,000 rand, and then we're also selling tables for 10.
Oh, nice.
Which go for 10,000 rand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from what time to what time?
You know, I actually don't want to communicate when it ends because I want
No, that's
to
not.
be
Yeah,
there
yeah, no,
on
that's
time.
yeah.
The
I think the most important thing is the starting time.
7. So we're gonna have a pink carpet at 7.
Pink carpet at 7.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a photo shoot.
I have to ask this question.
Yes.
What would you be wearing, sir? Come on.
Can I tell you?
You know Rich.
No, can I be honest?
You know
like,
Rich.
I'm being honest. I've been planning this whole thing that I've forgotten about myself. Someone asked me this morning, they're like, Richard, what are you wearing? I'm like,
Yeah.
I haven't thought of that.
You see, me and that person.
I was thinking of the speaker. I'm worried about the speaker and
Well, Mojapelo, this is my former classmate at West Business School. Mojapelo Khonare says, there's the inspiration right there. She just sent me that picture of you.
Yes.
Yes.
And my micro mini skirt.
Your micro mini skirt.
Micro.
Boots so high, lime green, puffer jacket. Is that Batman? No. It's Mnisi.
Mnisi. No, it's Moalola.
Is that so?
Moalola.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to what you'll be wearing. All right. Now, you ready for your people?
I'm ready.
Babalo, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Here's Reach. Go ahead.
Hello.
You know what? I am very nervous. Okay, I don't know. Like, I own your bag, the Adidas, Mnisi Adidas bag, that small bag.
Uh-huh.
And I was so happy to go to Mall of Africa, and I'm a plus size. I'm a size 50, and I'm so happy. I'm glad that I got a size of your shirts and your ties. Thank you so much for including us in your collection. And I'm very inspired by your story right now. I own a business. I sell food. I own TBose food court, which is one of the biggest food courts in the Val. And you know what? I'm gonna look up to you until I go to New York.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. I'm
Babalo.
even shaking.
Babalo.
Hi, TBose.
So,
Hi.
rona o re invite neng o ka re teng wa bua so rona o re invite neng re tloja.
Mamela, I am going to invite you. I'm going to send you an email.
Please.
Hey man. Hey man, and re ka tla yong, re ka ja yong.
I wish I was there to feed you my food, guys.
It will happen next time, my dear. Outla.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for but to check it. Let me keep put that little
So Rob, it's fine.
I love you, Rich Mnisi.
Thank you. Love you.
Oh,
Thank
lovely.
you.
There you go. Now, you raised a very important part, which is inclusion. Most of the time, we just deal with sizes, the European sizes way, and that's where it ends. Were you deliberate in doing it to include everyone?
Yeah, I mean, whenever we have an opportunity to just go ham, we definitely take it. It was the first thing that I asked for, actually, when this collab started. I just wanted everyone to feel like they could get a piece of the collection. I mean, it's always a very tricky conversation, especially because it just goes into, you know, how much money do you have? How far can you take a collection? So that's why, like, whenever there's an opportunity, it's like the first thing that we ask for. It's like, let's make it available to everyone. And even one of my requests, actually, when we were working on it, was that the collection should be in one section. There's no men's section, women's section. Just buy what you want to buy. You know, and
inclusion.
Yeah, no, but because I just realized that
I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, you might see something and you really like it, but because it's on the other section, you feel like you shouldn't go to the other section, and that's why.
And you end up not buying it. Yeah. Because you feel like, hey,
it wasn't made for me. And you know, sometimes when you just are confronted by beautiful clothing, you just wear what you want to wear, and I think that's beautiful. It doesn't, like, it's not a matter of like things becoming too feminine or too masculine. It's what you like. It's whatever you gravitate towards. And I think people should always be given that opportunity.
We have an aspiring designer who wants to talk to you. Maybe I'm sure Debo has a question or two. Debza, hi, go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Good morning, Kaya. How are you?
Welcome, my brother.
Mr. Mnisi.
Yes.
Yes, man. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Yes, I'm listening to your show. You speak to TBose, from what we hear.
Hello, TBose.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lady who just called right now from. Then he said you got a store in Africa, in Mall of Africa.
Yeah.
So yes, your story is very inspiring. I'm telling you, because I also want to do my own thing, because we cannot continue working with a system. Work for another person.
And your question, Tebogo, because of time?
Okay, our question was that what inspired you exactly? Because but I want exactly what inspired you exactly to get into this industry.
Okay.
Well, what inspired me to get into the industry was just like how vast it was, and I think just the fact that I could become a creative. But I think what inspires you to become consistent and work hard is just not wanting to go back.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, to have a better life for myself and create a better life for the people around me as well. So it's just like always thinking about that, like just thinking.
Weren't you scared that it's already so flooded? Weren't you scared? Didn't that scare you a bit to say, hey, maybe not?
Not necessarily, because when I started, it was almost like, I think it was like a different angle. So in the moment, it felt like I was the only one doing what I was doing.
I get you. Yeah.
So yeah, I never had those fears of like it's saturated. But I think once you look at the internet and look at TikTok, everything is saturated. So I think the main thing is, how do you stand out? I think that's what everyone needs to be thinking about. Having fears of saturation is really, it's pointless at this point.
There's a space for everyone, I say.
There's a space for everyone. As long as you have like a very distinct voice and people just gravitate towards you, then I think you're onto something.
Rich, I hope this is one of many. Thank you.
Yes, I'll see you in 6 years. I'm kidding.
Shut up, make it 2. I'll take 2 years.
Okay, 2 years.
2 years, all right.
Okay, 2 years. 24
Keep
months.
shining, my brother.
Thank you so much.
You are such an inspiration. I love what you do, and how you are breaking those boundaries is not only for you, but for all of us.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you for showing us that it is possible.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
there you go.